Before we start, please join the Discord community, link down below for me. When you click the link, the invite should appear as shown. Click accept invite for direct access to yours truly, your fellow community, as well as being notified every time we go live. You'll also be able to view all VODs from the Discord server, as well as any YouTube videos, and be notified when I post here on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, around 99% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. Make sure you fix that by hitting the subscribe button and turning on all notifications. If you do that, I can find the content for you and we can watch it together. Shout out to all my current subscribers as well as current subs on Twitch. We call y'all citizens, you feel me? And yeah, enjoy the video. Alright YouTube, we got an interesting video from someone new to the channel, Wires Don't Talk, on how Goku proves hustle culture is a lie. So I was going to pre-file a like, as you should for this video, and we're just going to hop straight into it.
Some people say you have to sleep less and suffer more to achieve greatness.
Oh yeah, Cap.
They throw around generic phrases and layer them over.
Okay, I know what he means now, because Goku teaches like the importance of like rest and good sleep. I mean, Roshi teaches that in OG Dragon Ball, but most people didn't watch that for some reason.
Over footage of Muhammad Ali or Goku claiming that constant grind is the path to success. But they're wrong. That mindset is poison, and hustle culture is lying to us. It loves to use Goku as a symbol of non-stop training, but when Cell was preparing to end humanity, Goku spent time with his family. In the days leading up to the Cell games, while Vegeta, Trunks, and Piccolo pushed their bodies to the brink, Goku chose to celebrate Gohan's birthday, hang with friends, and share quiet moments at home. That wasn't weakness, that was wisdom. The Cell Games arc is one of the best in Dragon Ball Z, filled with iconic battles and a legendary villain, but the
W music, also W script, and I like how he's talking. It doesn't sound like he's reading, it sounds like this is something he's just speaking about.
Calm before the storm is just as important, and many people miss it. The entire time Goku is calm, not because he had a secret plan, not because he was arrogant, because he had done the work and knew when to stop and enjoy the moment. He tells Krillin, "These are precious times. Being together is everything. That's all that really matters to me right now." To most, that sounds naive. Many times when someone chooses love and presence over fear and action, they're looked down on. But Goku was being wise. He understood that overtraining would bring more harm than good. He knew Gohan was ready.
Yeah, too much of anything is a problem. You feel me? And he even admitted that he wasn't going to be able to handle it, but like he knew Gohan was going to be able to handle it. You feel me? Push come to shove, we're going to survive. But at the end of the day, the things that matter to you, you still need to prioritize in your life. And if we're talking about just purely training, anybody who like lifts weights, anybody who like is working on fitness will tell you how important sleep is. Even in academic, sleep is important for your brain to recharge, which controls pretty much everything. You need sleep, right? For your muscles to recover, they recover naturally, but they recover more fast when you're asleep. Sleeping is important for literally everything. Rest is important.
That belief wasn't built in the hyperbolic time chamber. It was built during dinner, on walks, during laughter, and in the flashbacks of family time. Even when Vegeta mocked him for not doing more, Goku held his ground and said, "If you think torturing your body in there is the same thing as training, then go for it." This directly challenges hustle culture, which says you must always be grinding, that if you're not moving, someone else is, that if you're resting, you're failing. But Goku smiles in the face of Cell's perfection. He walks into battle like he's at the beach, and it rattles his friends looking on. And that's what makes him powerful. I was thinking about this one day while running around with my daughter, and I threw on a motivational speech from Muhammad Ali.
I think this is also important because your ability to keep cool helps you in those situations. When situations are most stressful, if you live long enough, you'll find yourself noticing that your performance only improves when your cortisol is lower. Ergo, when you're less stressed. So being calm like that is not like a weakness. It literally is the greatest form of strength. Because to put it this way, even if we assume mindless training until you like throw up is gonna make you stronger. Let's say you're this strong and this person is this strong after resting with their training. You can only use about 80% of that strength because you're stressed, you're tired, you're antsy, you're not in your A game. So you're really like performing like these. Versus the who's here, because they're calm, they're at peak performance. They're going to stay here consistently. You feel me? So it's important to rest, bro.
My heroes.
Truly.
But the video used a quote that he never said. It said, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off 3 hours of sleep if you really want to be successful. Some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. No, that's not what it takes. That's how you break. That's how you literally hallucinate, burn out, and fall apart.
Yeah.
And worse, they're using Ali's name to push that nonsense. Ali rested. He trained like crazy, yes, but he knew when to rest and take time for himself and family. In his memoir, The Soul of a Butterfly, he says one of his biggest regrets is not being more present as a father. Rest isn't laziness, it's love and clarity and part of the journey. Goku doesn't rest because he's scared. He rests because he's ready, because he understands his limits, because he wants his son to grow up remembering laughter more than training. Gohan remembers their fishing trip more than their time in the chamber. Even the name Gohan came from a moment of rest, when Goku wanted to step away and fish to clear his mind. That's how it happens for me too. My video ideas don't come from grinding or forcing brainstorming sessions, they come from walking with my daughter, doing chores, working out, laughing with friends. The creative spark doesn't come from suffering, it comes from stillness. This isn't to say we should never train. Goku and Gohan did train hard. Gohan learns valuable lessons about his powers and understands being a Saiyan far better with his father's guidance. But Goku never pushed Gohan past his break.
Because they didn't cut his hair. I was about to say, what's it tapping into? Super Saiyan 3?
Point. He carried him to bed. He made sure he had time to relax. When Gohan felt guilty for taking a bath, Goku said, sometimes rest is as important as training. Maybe even more important. How often do we do that to ourselves? Feel guilty for resting? Even after giving everything we had. We see the mountain ahead and forget how far we already climbed. We think that we're failing.
That's low-key human nature. It's sad. It's like we're unable to see our own growth because of how our brains like adjust. You feel me? So like, for example, you look into the mirror, you're not going to notice you're getting taller until you like, say, compare yourself to the mirror. Like, oh, this mirror is like, you know what I'm saying? It used to be this much taller than me. Now I'm eye to eye with the mirror type situation. But like, if you were looking at the mirror, like just the mirror, you'll never notice that like you're getting like taller and taller and taller because you see yourself all the time. And it doesn't happen like that. It happens like these small little, you feel me? Moments of growth. And that's life. That's any victory. Any victory, big or small, needs to be kind of celebrated to the extent of acknowledged and figuring out what you did so you can keep pouring out that good result. You feel me? So it's sad, but like that's how it is. So a reminder to y'all, like in chat, for those of y'all who are watching this video, it's okay to take breaks, man. It's okay to enjoy, because at the end of the day, if you don't take the breaks, what's gonna happen if you don't schedule in time? That's one of the wisest thing I learned from one of my professors. If you don't schedule time in for your own breaks, you're gonna want to take them anyway, and when you do, you're gonna give yourself hell for it. Instead, you schedule your breaks out so it doesn't interrupt your natural rhythm of training and focus.
Just because we stop to breathe.
Yeah.
But that rest is what lets you win. In the end, it's not Goku's fists that defeat Cell. It's Gohan's heart. And Gohan only reaches his full power when Goku's love carries him forward. Cell is defeated by the sacred bond between a father and son. This bond...
Now, mind you, that bond was strengthened through that rest. That bond was strengthened through the I'm too tired to walk and his father carrying him to the bath. You feel me? And even if you want to argue, they could have gotten stronger. Gohan wouldn't have hit Super Saiyan 2. He wouldn't have hit that point in his life. He wouldn't have reached that point of growth, that peak, if he didn't rest.
To strengthen when they fish together in the country. Chi-Chi has a picnic and they reminisce about Goku getting a when they fish together.
That fit by Goku's fit right here is so hard, bro. I'd be wearing that joint as Xena. Such a hard fit. Because it's calm, too.
Together in the country. Chi-Chi has a picnic, and they reminisce about Goku getting his license. What just seems like a funny story holds a powerful message about enjoying the little things with your family. That picnic is not just passing the time or refueling for a big training session. It is a connection that brings family and friends closer together. They become stronger not in might, but in their mind. Family and friends.
Look at Chi-Chi and probably Krillin and Gohan's small lab place. Now, that's probably Krillin. Look at Chi-Chi and Krillin place, bro. Look at Gohan and Goku, man.
closer together. They become
That's
stronger
funny.
not in might, but in their mind. The only reason Gohan is able to harness his full power is because of Goku's encouragement. He tells his son on multiple occasions how proud he is. When training hard, he carries him to bed. We are often lied to by a toxic hustle culture that we should spend every waking minute pushing ourselves for our goals. That is what will help us.
And it's like, this is what I think. I agree, you should spend every waking minute pushing yourself towards your goal. But doing that includes rest. You get what I'm saying? I don't think the mindset is wrong to say that. I think it's wrong to think that pushing yourself without rest is really pushing yourself. You feel me? You're not really getting anything done if you're not like resting. Type situation.
Goku shows that the way to truly harness your power is by taking it easy with the ones you love. Building that connection is what reaches you to new heights. You learn and grow not by training forever, but by loving forever. Strength isn't found in the relentless grind, but forged in meaningful rest. Even my friends who are huge DBZ fans forgot all this. They thought I was exaggerating. They didn't remember the family time before the battle. They only remembered the fights. Because that's what we've been conditioned to value. Flash, grind, and noise. Mr. Satan is a great example. He represents the world's obsession with surface.
Because I remember when Goku was like, yeah, Krillin, I'm not trolling, bro. We gotta rest. Feel me? Like, this is just as important as the fight that we have. That, like, stuck with me because I've heard people say that Toriyama said in interviews that, like, he didn't want that scene in there because it takes away from, like, the immaturity of Goku. But in that moment, you realize how mature he is, bro. That's a grown-ass man.
Level strength and media spectacle. But Goku, humble and grounded, is the true hero, and he's overlooked by the film crews, just like the lessons in those filler episodes. We are constantly lied to that we aren't working hard enough, that we should feel episodes. We are constantly by the film crews, just like the lessons in those filler episodes. We are constantly lied to that we aren't working hard enough, that we should feel perfect and amazing all the time, that there is something wrong with you if you just want to take it easy for a moment. Yes, you aren't perfect like Cell. That's a good thing. Cell doesn't just lose, but is humiliated.
If you're perfect, you can't grow. Therefore, there's no enjoyment, no dopamine rushes. You know what I'm saying? There's no point to anything. Now, because we know that we're not perfect in some areas, we do wish to be perfect in others. Like, let's say I select that fighting because I know I'm not perfect at everything else in life. I might go, I wish I was a perfect fighter. But I would never say, I wish I was perfect. No one, peep that, no one ever says they wish, I wish I could do just everything correct. It'll just be if they're struggling with this thing, they're like, man, I wish I could cook better. You feel me? Because that's how it is. You want to improve that skill, but realistically, deep down, we know goodness well we don't want perfection is boredom.
By Gohan. All because Goku believed in the power of rest
beauty too,
and love.
to some extent.
So don't beat yourself up. Train hard, but rest harder. Be proud of the quiet moments. Enjoy the comfort of loved ones. Let go of the noise that says you're lazy if you pause. Goku didn't save the world by grinding harder. He saved it by raising a son who believed in himself. You don't need to have the power of a Super Saiyan to leave an impact. Just the heart of one. And as Muhammad Ali once said, rest but never quit.
They just said he had a bad quote from Muhammad Ali. It was hyping up, so he's about to hit us with a good one.
Just the heart of one. And as Muhammad Ali once said, rest but never quit. Even the sun has a sinking spell each evening, but it always rises the next morning. At sunrise, every soul is born again. And trust me,
that's a bar. That's like rebirthing like a phoenix. That's like the universe showing us that you need to fall to rise. The same way the sun and the moon rise and fall. The same way the tide rises and falls. The same way when seasons come for new leaves to be born, these old ones have to fall. Resting is important. Animals hibernate.
This transition to see rest as sacred is not easy. Our minds have been fed a lot of junk telling us otherwise over the years, but that noise in your head isn't you. And the most offensively ridiculous anime helped me understand that. And to hear more about that, you can check out this video right here.
Yeah, GG's. Shout out to Wires Don't Talk. We're gonna sub. We're gonna turn on that bell. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all should do the same. As always, you know what I'm saying? I love you all consensually, and I like that he said rest is sacred. Because if y'all remember, not too long ago, I was saying get your sleep. You feel me? But yeah, man. Comment down below your favorite Dragon Ball character and or moment. But without further ado, you know what time to see me next. Peace.